Hey everyone, it is Jill for Sleepopolis.com, and today I'm here to talk about the Mindfold. There's this big sleeping mask right here. The Mindfold is not like any sleeping mask I have ever seen. I'm used to the ones that are just kind of silk blindfolds like they might give you if you're taking an overseas flight. This is totally different. And the thing about the Mindfold is that the makers guarantee complete blackout, so I'm curious to see how that works. So when you look at the Mindfold, there's this front piece that's made of plastic, and then when we turn it over around the back, it kind of looks like goggles, but you can't see through the goggles. See them waving behind them, you can't see them. And then there's this strap. So the Mindfold strap is adjustable, but what makes it different is that unlike it being like a slider sort of strap or a single strip of Velcro, the Mindfold has two strips of Velcro. So I think the idea there is that you can really make kind of micro adjustments, get it really granular. I'm a little worried because Velcro gets stuck in my hair a lot, and if I'm using a sleeping mask, like if I'm taking a train or a plane, the Velcro will often get stuck on the upholstery. So I'm going to take my glasses off. I will be right back with you guys, and we'll see how it looks and feels. Okay, so here I am. I've got the Mindfold on. You can see I've got these two straps right here. I'm going to try and adjust them without getting it stuck in my hair. That kind of works, but the strap is going right over my ears, which is a little uncomfortable. Let's move it up over them. Okay, so the first thing I noticed as soon as I put this thing on, I have all of the lights in my bedroom on right now, and it is pitch black behind this mask. I cannot see anything. And the really cool part about it, too, is that my eyes are actually open right now. So even though I can't see anything, I can totally open my eyes. There's space between my eyes and the mask, so there's nothing pushing down on my face. I just wish the strap were more comfortable and it wasn't getting stuck in my hair and pulling it and pushing down on my ears. So the big test for me is whether I can sleep on this while I'm on my side, because I'm a big side sleeper, and we're going to try that next. Just going to adjust this a little bit, see if I can get it a little bit tighter around my head before I lay down. Okay, I'm laying on my side, and the first thing that I notice, aside from the fact that I really had to adjust those straps and get them super tight so that I could lay down without the mask shifting, is that I'm pretty uncomfortable right now. The hard plastic front on the mask is bending around my face, which is nice. It's flexible, but it's not flexible enough. And so what's happening is it's actually redistributing the fill in my pillow, so it makes my head kind of tilt in a weird direction that I don't find comfortable. So I can fluff up my pillow a little bit. I can try to adjust the mask a little bit. When I do that, a couple of things happen. First of all, as I shift the mask over this way, it starts to actually close my nose, which is really uncomfortable. And you can see the mask goes almost to the tip of my nose, so there's no way to push it back and keep it from doing that if it's not centered. So moving it off center is not really an option. And the other thing that happens as I shift the mask is that I actually can see some light when I have my eyes open. There's light kind of coming in through the areas where I move the mask. Another thing is that this strap is really uncomfortable. It's going right over my ears. I don't know if you can see this, but it is kind of scratching over the outside of my ears. And if I try to shift it up, it then moves the mask up so that it's not quite center and it starts to push down on my nose from this side. So that's really uncomfortable. Plus now I have the strap right in behind my ear where it's kind of itchy. I could probably tighten the straps on the mask enough to be able to get a good night's sleep on this and have it really fold around my head. But I feel like I might wake up with a headache from having the straps so tight, or with something behind my ear from having the strap rubbed all night. So this is maybe something that would be comfortable if I were lying on my back, but it's just really not comfortable for me as a side sleeper. We're just going to do the rest of this review lying in bed. Why not? So I have some final thoughts about the Mindfold. I think first, in terms of pros, I've never tried a sleep mask where I could open my eyes comfortably while I was still wearing it. And I especially haven't ever had a sleep mask where I could open my eyes and still feel like I was in total darkness. It was kind of surreal, actually, to be able to put this thing on my face, open my eyes, and not see any light coming in at all. So if you're somebody who gets really affected by light coming in while you're sleeping, or if you need to sleep during daytime hours, it would really be effective for you. It would also probably be great if you're like going to a birthday party where they've got a piñata. So that was really cool. I think the mask also as huge as it is and as stiff as the plastic is, it's actually pretty comfortable against your face. That foam lining in there, those kind of goggle-looking things that are on the back side of the plastic, they conform to your face, and the foam is actually pretty soft. It wasn't itchy, so I felt comfortable wearing the mask. I think the final pro, I don't know if you guys can see right now because there's a lot of glare coming off of the lights in my room, but the Mindfold didn't affect my makeup. And I don't know how many of you ever sleep with makeup on. I don't really make a habit of it, but I do travel for work. And when I'm traveling for work, sometimes I'm getting right off that plane and going to a meeting. And if I'm wearing a normal blindfold and trying to get a nap before the meeting, it's going to smudge my eye makeup, and I'm going to have to take time and inconvenience my colleagues so that I can fix everything up. But wearing the Mindfold actually kept the makeup intact around my eyes, which was really cool. So if you are somebody who naps when you already have your makeup on, you are in good shape with the Mindfold. In terms of cons for the mask, even though that foam against my face was actually pretty soft and comfortable, that's this part here, this plastic on this side was not really flexible enough or small enough to keep from getting it in the way while I was sleeping. It really affected the shape of my face as I was lying on my side in my pillow. So if you're a side sleeper like me, it's going to cause you some problems. Especially because as you're shifting the mask around, either it lets light in or it closes your nostrils, which is weird and unpleasant. So maybe if you're a back sleeper, none of those would be a problem, but for me, sleeping on my side, I know that when I wore this overnight, it was really hard to get comfortable enough that I could actually sleep through the evening. I did eventually do it, but it required a lot of maneuvering on my part. Another con is this double Velcro strap. You know, they list, let's see, can I show you? They list this strap really as a selling point on the Mindfold website and on the materials that come with the mask. But in my experience, 2 strips of Velcro was double the opportunity to get tangles in my hair. And if I was sleeping on a train or a plane where they have that soft upholstery on the seats, it would be double the opportunity to get stuck on the seat behind me. I also found that the strap was extremely uncomfortable. It was either the way it was positioned, going right over my ears and flattening them against my head, or I had to kind of shift it up a little bit so that it was behind my ears. But when I did that, the Velcro was actually irritating the area behind my ears. And I have very sensitive skin that could potentially have led to a rash, or it might have just been something that I was itching at all night and not being able to comfortably sleep. Couple of last thoughts about the Mindfold before we go. The Mindfold is actually really cool. If you've never experienced total blackout conditions with your eyes open, and I don't mean when you go down to the basement and you forget to turn the light on, but that's okay because after a couple of minutes your eyes adjust and you can see a few feet in front of you. I mean total darkness, it's worth experiencing. If you're somebody who works during the night and has to sleep during the day, or you live in a city and just can't stand the amount of ambient light coming into your bedroom, the Mindfold might be really helpful for you in giving you the darkness that you need in order to get healthy sleep. That being said, for me, the Mindfold was not comfortable. You shouldn't have to take 5 minutes of fidgeting just to go to sleep. I have very mixed feelings about the Mindfold. I think that for the price, it's totally worth checking out. And for more information, you can check out the full review on sleepopolis.com. Until next time.